Good afternoon. It's about 2 o'clock. We don't go hungry around here. Here's some more peppers from today. I had made a little fried egg on a hamburger bun for Mama, and she didn't eat it. She wanted cereal. Of course, I cook when I don't show everything because, Lord, we'd be in here all day on this video. So we had that little egg sandwich left, and she didn't want it, so I'll put it over here. Boy, look at that old spatula. You can tell that's been on the hot skillet a few times. I still keep it though. It's a good turner. I don't know why y'all enjoy watching me do everyday things. Like today, it's just going to be a hamburger. But I told you when I come on, I'd film it. If you want to watch it, okay. If you don't, okay. I've got to cook anyway, so you're all right, I guess. Hope y'all are staying out of the heat. We are just trying to get things done today. Have you ever just wished that you had a maid or a butler and a cook? Today's one of those days, and usually I just love to cook, but the air has gone out of my sails, my sailboat sails today. Some days I feel real good, and some days I can just barely make it. I guess everybody's that way in a way, especially with the heat. Yeah, even after that cataract surgery, I have to take my glasses off because my eyes, they just don't focus as good. I'm not so happy with that surgery, but I think too, looking at the phone or the computer, the laptop, or any of that strains your eyes. And I've got those glasses that are blue or whatever, but they didn't help. And I just think me trying to edit and work on these videos is very detrimental to my sight, especially since having that cataracts fixed. I can see clear, but I can't see all the time really well. And my eyes water so much, and it could be allergies, but okay, so let's get I'm just going to use the same skillet I fried them eggs in. I'll take my little coffee filter, and there's nothing in there but avocado oil. And then let's see what we've got in the icebox. Alright, here's those two $3.93 beef, the chopped sirloin steak. So these, if I would have wanted to, I could have bought quite a few of these. Let me wash my hands. Yeah, some days, y'all, I just don't feel like worth killing. And I know I shouldn't be that way, and I think depression is a lot of it for a lot of us. 'Cause I know a lot of y'all have shown me that, depression, it's a real thing. And I do not take any depression pill, nerve medicine or nothing. At one time, I'm gonna split this. I sure am, because that's for that's a big boy burger. We're not big boys. We're little old lady and little old man. So we're gonna have a hamburger. And if it's sirloin, and it's good sirloin, it's not going to shrink up terribly bad. But I want to make them like old-timey hamburgers we used to get down at the movie theater, or Dairy Queen, or something like that. So the only way to do that is to make these smaller. Just pat them out around there just like that. Now y'all come to my house for a hamburger, you'd think you was at the drugstore. Cause I make them just like the old hamburgers. Probably get 3 in there. I'm gonna try to get 4 because I don't want to have to punch around. So we're not gonna make that one as thick. And this one we'll make, that $3 and something little old package of sirloin could have made a pot of spaghetti. Cause I could have made that. I could have worked that out where it would been a pot of spaghetti. Lord, you can't eat for $3.93. Oh, I guess you could eat it. I'm gonna wash my hands. I guess you could eat, couldn't eat sirloin for that out there if you went to a steakhouse and got a hamburger. Let me see, I'm going to use my little toaster. Well, it's the Instapot oven. I got that oven, I've got the Instapot blender, I've got 2 Instapots. I love all of it. And I love Great Value. And no, I don't get no endorsement. I just think that everybody should. These are Great Value onion rings. I don't make everything from scratch, but at least what I do make, I know that this has not got a whole bunch of junk in it. I look at the label, and Mother loves onion rings, and it just takes so much for me to run this house and make sure everything's done without any help. So anytime I can cut corners to make myself a little less tired, I do it. So I buy the waffle cut Great Value French fried potatoes. And these, if you cook them, not real long on the air fry button, they get soft, and I can chew them with my, since I don't have, what. So, a little bad taste, but we'll get that off after. So that'll make a good little thing for our French fries. Put these back in the refrigerator. I'm not going to do anything special today with this food or anything like that. Because I think it'll be okay. That's not going to work for that bit of game. Got the wrong one. I use my little, just to skillet, I use my cake server because I can get down in here and it's kind of pliable. You don't want to squash them. That's what makes a good hamburger. I mean, it's juicy and everything, that's good, but I squash that juice out because you got to get all that old grease out, kind of fry them kind of dry to make them a good old hamburger. Now, I'll probably drain that in a minute. Let me get these taken care of. I'm going to put these in there for about 8 minutes. I I turned on 350 for about 10 minutes, so we can check them after that and see. Yeah, I'll tell you what I do is I keep my skillets handy, both of them, 'cause I'll never know. What I'm going to need it for. Let me get that grease out of that. My coffee filter. Dry that out a little bit. Okay. I could have used something else, but that skillet was there, and so I said, okay, that's what we're going to use. We'll flip them as we go. Should have flipped that one. Now those will get done. Yeah, I'll just use these and wipe my stuff off now and just throw that little old coffee filter away. That's salt these now. So you gotta have salt and pepper. More pepper than anything. Mama's in there taking a nap. I was supposed to go with a lady today to figure out about her kitchen. Told her I'd help her design it. And y'all, she told me that I could use it. If I ever got to where I wanted to make some kind of spectacular videos, she let me use it. I thought, well, how sweet. She follows me and she knows this kitchen is just too tiny. And she's a nice lady. Okay, I'll be back. I know y'all don't want to hear that skillet get frying. You know, I don't make bread too much anymore, so I just get the Great Value buns. Because they're pretty, you know, those are not Great Value there, but they're the same. Those are very fluffy and I like them. And they look good and all that. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get Granny's little dime store plate. I'm going to take these out for just a little bit. See, there's not a bunch of grease to drain because I've already took care of that. Little piece of meat there. What I'm going to do is I'll put this back over here and just turn it on medium. Mother doesn't really care for cheese, but I get the Great Value, or, well, this is Borden's. I've got stuff all over that stove and I cleaned it. First, I must do something. Okay. I got my Challenge butter. Just I want a small piece of Challenge butter. I've got my homemade butter, but I don't use it for all this. I just put some in the skillet. Oh, with that avocado oil, just kind of there like that, and I'll leave that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my bread, just kind of rub it down in there like that. Let it toast. Just toast a little bit. And you have to be careful on that this black skillet. You'll burn that bread real quick. But you want to toast it. But I'll tell you what this is. This is those little seeds that I got out of those peppers yesterday. And I hit that thing and it went, I had seeds all over. All right. Now that's kind of brown there. That's kind of brown there. It's kind of hard to do a griddle cooking, as I call it, in a one little round skillet. I like my griddle. When I get me a new stove, I'm going to have that griddle again. The way I'm going to do this, so I'm going to put my cheese, just the board and cheese. I put it on my bread. Put it on my bread. Bread. I'll put one of the patties on each hamburger, like that. See, they fit pretty well, didn't they? They fit pretty good. I want to make sure them aren't stuck. Those can sit there in that pan for a minute. What I'll do is I'll put my lid on there, my top on there. Just put a little cover on it for right now. Let those kind of heat up. And I'm going to need that butter. Get me a, I'm going to rub a little of this butter just on the top. Just on the top. I'll put that. Now for me and Mother, here is our pepper jelly, as I called it. Well, I'm glad it turned out to where it wasn't so congealed because I didn't use the sugar in it. And I figured that's what we'd do, but it is the best hot dog, hamburger, anything kind of that I've ever eaten. And I've eaten all over the world. And I've never made that for the hamburger or the hot dog. I've never made this. See? Look there. That is, and it's not hot. It's just got an absolutely wonderful kind of a bell pepper flavor. So, let me check my things. I bet they're getting done. Hold on. Oh yeah, they are. It don't take long. I'll set it, let them just sit there for a minute. I've got to get our food out of here. Get my other plate. Let's see. Give her a plate. I'll do that and just, you know, this kitchen is so small, I have no room. I mean, y'all, it's dangerous. It's not dangerous. Well, I guess it could be, but I can't have nobody in here with me because you can't move a pan to. Okay, I'm gonna just go real thin on that tomato, very thin. Just 2 thin pieces. No better than. Cause you know, with my big old self, I bet I want 2 hamburgers. Billie Jean, you better quit eating them hamburgers. You're gonna get in trouble. I said, well, okay. I like being in trouble, because I sure like to eat. God couldn't have given me a better skill than cooking. See, now that cheese has melted. See how it's running off that hamburger? I'll go ahead and take these out on a plate because I don't want them to continue to cook. That's the biggest mess. I'll get Mama, Mother, her, move these over. One of the stoves I've had before, it had a thing you pulled out and it just, you could use it right without anything, any of the burner cooling off. It just went over that hot burner. Look at this mess over here. Well, and I did not make she'll like that. I did not make any mayonnaise, so I'm just going to use a little Duke's mayonnaise on her food. Then I'm going to spread a little of the pepper, which is not hot, y'all. It's absolutely divine. You get that. It's kind of a gardeny, fresh flavor. It's just, I can't explain it unless you're here to eat it. But it's a good thing. I'll tell you that much. It's a good thing. Now I've got all the pickles don't have any that's already set from this batch. But I've got one out of that jar, and I'll slice it from last year pickles. These are last year pickles. So I'll put some pickles on it. Now that right there, y'all, that's a good hamburger. The only critique, let me put that over, I think that's all I can see that's wrong with it, is that one little tear there. And I'll cut this because she has a hard time eating. I should have get my serrated knife, but this little butcher knife will work, I'll promise you. It will work. Look at that. There's your hamburger. Now let's get her onion rings. I know she'll want her onion rings. Let me get my tongs. I gotta get them opened. You have to pull this thing some way. Crunchy, crunchy. Them are good. The French fries don't get so crunchy. These kind of get crunchy, and she likes that. Mama gets what she wants. I make sure of it. So now there's her hamburger. There's her hamburger. There's her. Oh, I'm out of breath, y'all. There's her hamburger and her onion rings. And I'll get her little plate, her little platter. And I've already fixed her a deal of iced tea. So that's what she's having and I'm having. And oh, we got all this done, and I'm taking some of that pepper jelly that I had made, and I'm putting it right over my hamburgers, just like I did Mother's. Then I'll take a tomato. I'll lay that on there, and I'll take a tomato and lay that on that one. And then let me get just a little bit. I don't want a whole bunch of onion, but I want a piece of onion. So I just make them in little shreds, shrivels. I like onion, but the pepper jelly has got onions in it. Not that it's hot, like I told y'all. Boy, that's the best stuff you ever saw. Now, if I was going to bottle something just recently that I made, it'd be that, because it's absolutely divine. Now, I'll just put just a smear of Duke's mayonnaise just on it, just a little bit to go with that. Put our lid on. Put our lid on. I don't care for pickles today because y'all know can't, you know. We all know why, Billie Jean. We know why you don't eat pickles, because you can't chew the damn things. Well, I feel like that my followers would want me to stick around, and if I get choked on a pickle and I die, then Mama's not going to continue my show for me. So I just try to be careful around hard candy and pickles and things, because I don't want to get choked, and Mother's the one that's got the medic alert on, and I don't have one. So if I started choking, I'd just go see Jesus, because I don't have nobody around that would know what was going on to even, if she was in the kitchen, she knows to push that medic alert button. We take that in the car, because I told her, I said, Mother, let me fix it like this. I said, Mother, if for some reason I get sick and you think that I'm not driving correctly, or I pull over at the side of the road or anything, I said, Lord, push the darn. We got it off of Amazon. It's only $20-something for that little necklace. And then it's $20-something a month. About $25 a month. Now, Lord, that gives me a peace of mind that you wouldn't believe that I didn't have. Because all she's got to do is push that button, and they'll come and ask her if she's sick. If they don't hear her, then, or if she falls, it knows everything. For $26 a month, and I bought the deal myself, so you don't rent that, but you pay the monthly subscription on Amazon. And I tell you, it has brought peace of mind to me. Anybody should get their loved one, because it only takes a minute, and she could fall like she did before and broke her hip. If I hadn't have been here, she'd have sat in that floor, no telling how long, because she couldn't get to the phone. She couldn't move her hip. She slipped off a little day bed, just sitting on the edge onto that Mexican tile floor, and it just broke that whole ball socket off of her hip. And thank God I had moved her into the big room, my bedroom, and now she sleeps in there. But she was sleeping in there. If it would have happened at the other end of the house, I would have not heard my mama either. So I immediately, after she got out of the hospital, I started researching, and I found out the one on Amazon was the most economical and did just great things. So this is my food. Got Mama's plate. I just had to come back. I've got to get her some onion. That's what she wanted, was onion. I didn't put onion on her plate. So I'm fixing to get her this little onion. She likes onion. I do too, but it's just I can't, you know. And then if you chop onion, you can put lemon juice with it. After you chop it, you can put lemon juice. Those little dregs are just as good for her to pick up if she wants more. And then I won't have to. I was going to peel one of these that I got at the farmer's market, and I thought, no, I'm just going to use this little white onion up. It's just as good. And we'll put this stuff in a bowl for later. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye, y'all.